Hey there, hi there, hello everyone. Narjan here. In this video, I'm going through the patch notes for Season 6 in Apex Legends. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so just a heads up, I have not read any of the patch notes, so I will be reacting fully to these. I have not heard anything, I have not seen anything. The only thing I will say I've heard that I don't think is a spoiler, because I don't think it wasn't really detailed, was that people are saying that Bloodhound is now meta. So I'm curious what they've done to Bloodhound to make them what could be considered meta now. So yeah, I'm gonna just start. Map update, World's Edge update. Hound Robotics continue to take over World's Edge. They're up to something nefarious. They have taken steps to upgrade World's Edge with changes to the dome, drill site, and other points of interest. Read up on all the map changes from Jason McCord, our design director, on the previous release blog here. Okay, it's all written. Partly a map update is developed to inject some newness into the game for the launch of the season, new layouts to learn, new rotations to utilize, and new strategies to master. It also gives the designers an opportunity to improve the overall flow and experience of playing the map while addressing any pain points we've heard from the community. With that in mind, our first step is to identifying what we want to tackle for Season 6. More and improve play on the lava side of the map. That wasn't exactly, Circles that end in the lava were interesting to say the least. Better options for rotations out of some particularly sticky choke points. Yeah. An interesting new mag mechanic to promote some new combat scenarios. Hammond Industries continues to take over World's Edge. Okay, we read that part. The launch site can be found to the west of the dome in a previously unoccupied lava field. The giant rocket ship stands above the center of this new point of interest, and it can be seen towering over the mountains from as far away as refinery. This new drop location has 4 large control rooms to hold and tons of loot. Many squads should feel comfortable landing here, spreading out and pushing across the raised catwalks and lava-filled terrain to be the last team stand. One of the most exciting aspects of launch site are the new rotation opportunities through the side of the map. New pathways have been constructed through the cliffside heading to the east side of the tree. Path towards Soaring Factory. This most of the stuff is gonna be something I'm gonna have to like experience in game. Drill site has been replaced with Countdown, another large hand facility with a mysterious purpose. Well, gee, I wonder what Countdown would have the purpose of. Maybe the fact that it's gonna launch a rocket. The design of this POI is an imposing fortress with a tall perimeter, complete with 3 giant blast walls that can be activated to raise and dynamically fortify the approach from Skyhook, Lava Fissure, and Train Yard. Oh, that's interesting. The large control rooms stand apart by a deep center pit. The pit can be open to allow access to better loot, but this is a dangerous honeypot overlooked on all sides, so make sure you control this area before going for it. That's interesting. I like how they're making it where there's like sections of the map that are interactable. Staging is a smaller POI, but lands in the nexus of a heavily traveled area in the center of the map. This new drop location replaces a small town that used to sit directly below the train tracks to the east of Harvester. It should now provide much more interesting fights as well as significantly more loot. Instead of a small town in the center of a low pit, the design pushes players to the raised edges of this area, utilizing 2 more rising walls. We also see the departure of the nearby Mirage Voyage as Mr. Witt has flown his personalized ship away from World's Edge for now. Aw, come on, Elliot, you could have left it. I mean, it wasn't always the most fun place to land, but there was quite a bit of good loot there. And always a guaranteed, I'm blanking on the name of it. It's the card you use for the vault key. Rising blast walls. The rising walls are a new map mechanic adds World's Edge and can be found in launch site, countdown, staging. Activating a panel will start the giant blast wall to rise, creating a defensible platform and permanently fortifying the position of which our team was lucky enough to control at first. And if you're a legend with verticality, you can always fly right over. So basically, Pathfinder and Octane. But and Loba, I'm gonna assume. But I don't know if you'd want to be a Pathfinder and waste your grapple unless they buffed him in this patch, or reduce the grapple time cooldown. Heading east from Survey Camp will now lead you into a new pathway directly through the cliffside across the train tracks and into Skyhook. And I just realized now that these images move so you can see the difference. Oh, okay. Directly through the cliffside across the train tracks and into Skyhook. That's a nice little addition. Okay. Alright, what did I miss before then? I never, like, move the image. Oh, it was this section. Okay, that's definitely a lot better. Like this was like this gives a reason to land in this spot other than this was just basically an area you went to if you need to travel through. Now it could be a landing spot. Nice. Okay. This one I can't tell what side that. Like I don't recognize the location. That's cool, you can now go through it. Countdown. Oh, this little place wasn't too bad. I kind of liked it. It was nicely spread out with the buildings. I'll have to see when I play. Alright, so okay, so this was that little town down there. And that place wasn't too bad, but definitely not good for if there was another squad. Like one squad was pushing it really. So it might be better, I'm gonna assume. I don't know. Okay, so you got the blast walls. Alright. Many small tweaks and additions. The train has been stopped. For season 6, the train has been dismantled and scattered around the tracks of World's Edge. Does this mean that there's going to be loot in the scattered sections? I wonder. This single change helped us achieve one of our goals of providing more rotational options through some particularly scary choke points. Nearly all tunnels that used to be clear for the train and therefore almost never used now have stacked train cars and other cover as well as some small amounts of loot. Okay. I feel like the train tracks should have, I mean not train track. I feel like the train parts should have loot in them like they did when they not these parts obviously, but like the ones with the bins should still be there. In addition to the new geyser north of the dome, a new one has also sprouted up south of Lava Fissure, making crossing the deep Sulphur River a bit easier. Thank you. Crossing that spot, there was not much you could do once you were caught out there. Okay. Oh, I just noticed the snow melted. So now the buildings are access home. Interesting. Okay. There are other small additions and changes to be found throughout the map. Keep a lookout. We hope you enjoy the changes to World's Edge for Season 6 boosted. Thank you for playing Apex Legends. Okay, well, I like the changes. Like, there's nothing... Except for maybe the train being dismantled. And, because I don't know if I've seen enough that... I don't know. This is going to have to be something I'm going to have to do in-game, but it doesn't seem like enough to get you through choke points. Like, this was great for if you need to get away from a squad. Or if you need to get through a choke point without being shot at. So, I don't know. I have to see. Okay, let's go back to the patch notes. New legend Rampart. Ramya, I'm sorry if I mispronounce this. Ramya Parekh is a 21-year-old British Indian. No, it's funny. I showed my mom the trailer for her, and my mom goes, she's British Indian. I'm like, really? She doesn't sound British. And she goes, she sounds British Indian. So, oh god. It's a 21-year-old British Indian. So she's almost the youngest, or as Watson's the youngest legend in the game, so Ramya is close to being the same age as Watson. Okay, so she's the second youngest in the game. Blue-collar, private business owner who just needs a big gun and a backpack full of scrap mail to get by in the dangerous Wild West world of the Outlands. Parekh brings her modded shields and knowledge of heavy weapons such as Sheila, well, that's what she calls her minigun. Okay, passive modded loader. Rampart has increased magazine capacity and faster reloads when using LMGs and the minigun. Modded loader also increases the amount of shots before overheating occurs and improves cooling when using the L-Star. Wonder by how much. And magazine capacity and faster reloads when using LMGs. So, Devotion, Spitfire. I wonder if, because I know the LTM they came out with had that paintball mod for the Spitfire, and it made the reload ridiculously fast. I wonder if that was a taste of what she'll have as a passive, but for all LMGs. So that's gonna be kind of scary with a Devotion. Oh god. And I don't know about the L-Star. Let's see. Tactical amp cover. Rampart builds a crouch cover wall which deploys a full cover amp wall that blocks incoming shots and amps outgoing shots. A max of 5 amp walls. 5? So you can make literally a full wall of them. Like, you can literally just do 3 and like this. Like, you could do a half hexagon, I believe, this shape. That's gonna be interesting. Huh. Emplaced minigun Sheila. Rampart places a mountain machine gun that anyone can use with high ammo capacity and a long reload time. A max of 3 miniguns can be 3. Okay, yeah, we saw that in the trailer where she had 3. Wait, what type of ammo though? Heavy, I'm assuming? For PEDX, the Apex card means more than just an invitation to compete. I wonder what that means. To sell? Or to get new stuff? Alright, new weapon, Volt SMG. The first energy-based SMG to see regular use in the Frontier, the Volt allows the operator to fire a salvo of energy-based ammunition, decreasing drag and making it possible to hit multiple targets within a short window. I wonder if this is going to replace the R99. Crafting system. We all know the RNG gods are not always in your favor. With Season 6, we are introducing a crafting system. Find materials throughout the map via loot bins or material stations and take these to a replicator. In the replicator, you'll find 8 different pieces of loot that you can craft if you have enough materials. Some of this loot rotates on a weekly or daily basis. We will always be able to see what's currently craftable in the game mode selector or the map screen. Read more on the crafting system from Systems Designer. Okay, so interesting. It's not random in each game. It's actually set. So it's actually set loot for every week to wait on a weekly or daily basis. So some of it's gonna be there for a full day. So you actually, I wonder if that, so that's kind of reminds me, what was that LTM that came out where all the loot was this, was it like, Deja Vu? I think it was a Deja Vu loot or something like that, where everything was set for that day. And that kind of got annoying because then people got to know where the really good loot was and they just went right for like where the body shield, purple and gold body shields were, and they would just land for it and always get it. So it's kind of interesting. I wonder if that's how it's gonna be the same. I'm not sure about that. How much is there for the log for this? If the page wants to load. Okay. Print 3D printers that could print new loot from scratch. Alright. Okay, weekly. You'll be able to find equipment or high-tier consumables. Could be a backpack and helmet or knockdown shield and mobile respawn beacon. I feel like the healing stuff, especially with Spotty Shield, should be daily. Because if people get to know where the gold and purple are, they're gonna go for those immediately. Daily, you'll be able to find weapons and attachments. Attachments will always be compatible with the weapon on rotation and generally can be fit on other weapons as well. One day you might be able to craft an EVA A plus double tap plus 1x threat scope. On another you might find a wingman plus skull piercer plus purple. There are weapons from every category from shotguns to LMG. Some items in Replicator are permanent and will always be craftable. These include ammo and med kits, but also include something unique to help you build combat and utility in a meaningful way. So yeah, I think they should have switched the weekly for the weapons and daily for the consumables. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. Wait, upgrading the Evo. You can deposit your evolving armor into Replicator to reduce the number of Evo points you need to level up. Oh. This might even upgrade your armor for you if you're close enough to the next tier. You'll be exposed until you pick your improved armor back up, but it'll recharge your armor back to full health for the troll. Oh. That's nice. This is particularly exciting in context of the meta changes we have planned for Season 6. Oh. Where all armor in the game... Wait, what? Where all armor in the game becomes Evo armor, there are multiple paths to upgrade, from dealing lots of damage to finding as many materials you can and crafting it, to getting lucky and finding the purple you need at a high tier POI. We're hoping this gives all types of players the opportunity to build a kit that helps them win matches. Okay, wait. They're saying where all armor in the game becomes Evo armor. So, are they saying starting now? Because it's 11:30 p.m. my time, and Season 6 is already out. Are they saying Season 6 is just all Evo armor? But they're also saying purple at a high tier POI. So is it that a high tier POIs are the only places you can now get purple and golds? Out. I don't know. I mean, I like them. I always like the modes where everyone starts out with gray shields or gray Evo shields, and then through basically your own running into enemy teams and being good and getting damage, you level up instead of it being luck, where one person lands next to you, you get stuck with gray and they get purple. So I've always liked that because it reduces RNG, but I don't know about this. If they're saying there's still purple to gold at higher tier POIs, but you start with evil armor. Getting the most out of crafting requires valuing the map and rotations throughout the game. Each match, we pick different towns where you can find materials and replicators, so players who engage with crafting will be taking new rotations every time they play. Some towns will have more materials than others, and some might be closer together, making it easier to get the materials you need to get the loot you want. In the mid-game and late game, some replicators will be airdropped from the stratosphere to help make sure you always have a place where you can craft loot with your hard-earned materials. Loot that is on rotation in the crafting system will not spawn on the ground, meaning if the R301 and Anvil receiver are on rotation, you want that firepower. Finding a replicator is a surefire way to get it, provided you have the materials to pay for it. This loot is called out in several places, so you'll always be able to have this information at hand. Oh! That means that, oh my. So that means if the wing, like, oh! So technically, having the R9 is kind of removing it from the main game, because if it's in there, you have to land there to get the R9. Oh, these things are going to become hot drops on their own. There are plenty of things to discover with the crafting system. Between all the different combinations of weekly and daily rotations to new areas of the map we hope we discover as you engage in the system, we think there's plenty of depth to help create a fun and different loot experience every match you play. I mean, in a way that's nice because it reduces the loot pool, so you're more likely to get other weapons, but at the same time, this is an interesting experiment they're going with. Okay. Armor meta. With Season 6, we're introducing some big changes to the way armor works in the game. First off, all armor in the game... First off, all armor in the game is evil armor except the gold armor. But in that other article, they didn't say that you could find purple in high tier POIs. So they're saying except gold armor, all armor in the game is Evo. When you find a white, blue, or purple armor on the ground, it's a pre-leveled evil armor. It can be picked up like normal and continue to be evolved. Red armor is not on the ground and can only be achieved through evolving. Oh, so they're saying it's all... Okay, I had a brain fart. So basically all armor in the game is evil armor, but it's all where you still have to upgrade it. So you can find a purple or a blue or white on the ground. So it's still the RNG. I was kind of hoping they made it where everyone starts with gray. Because as far as I'm aware, it's, like, my favorite was the LTM when they were testing out, like, different tier shields. Like, and that's the only tier shield you started with in the game. And my favorite was the blue one where everyone started with blue. It wasn't too much shield and it wasn't too little. So I feel like... I'm kind of hoping at some point they would test the blue one out, where everyone just gets blue and see how that goes. I don't know about this, everyone getting Evo. Gold armor is not part of the Evo armor track and is only found in rare locations as usual. Another interesting change is that players spawn with level 0 Evo armor. If you get in gunfights right away and do enough damage, you'll automatically level up into a white armor, and you can continue to take that all the way to red. Oh wait, didn't Evo armor start with white, but it was like half of white? So wait, you started with evil armor, but it's just nothing in there. And then you okay, this is interesting what they're doing. I think this will really help with loot availability in the early game without requiring players to drop hot when they don't want to. With all the changes in Season 6, players now have the opportunity to level up their shields through damage, luck, and ground loot, or through crafting. The last big difference is that all armor is coming down by 25 health. Oh? This means players with purple and gold armor will have 175 health, not 200. Red armor gets you to 200 health, and you can no longer get to 225. Our goal for this is to bring down the TTK a bit in order to better reward strategic positioning. Ooh. Ooh! That means players with white to blue, look out for cravers. Holy. Okay. Hollow sprays. Looking for me? Hollow sprays are a new way to emote in the arena. By using the emote wheel, you can throw down these legend-specific calling cards to taunt best enemies or warn future challenges that are not to be messed with. I've also heard from the subreddit where a dev said that you can also teabag over someone and it'll automatically throw a random hollow spray on top. That's hilarious to me that they're actually promoting teabagging for that. And they're also, you don't have to, I guess you don't have to use the emote wheel. Like if you walk up to it, it prompts you to press a button so that it's easier. Alright, Battle Pass. Season Battle Pass includes the Reactive Supersonic G7, Bloodhound, Road Warrior, 5 new holo sprays, new skydiving modes, weapon charms, and more. Follow the story from the Season 5 quest now in full. Wait, what? Really? Follow the story from the Season 5 quest now in full color illustrated comics. Collect treasure packs daily to earn your rewards, including crafting medals, challenge points, apex packs, and a whole new suite of gun charms. That stuff I'm not caring about. Like, I really wanted. I would have just been happy with just sketches of like panels from the quest. So the fact that we're getting full color illustrated comics, I'm curious who the artists or artists are that they got to do comics, but thank you, Respawn. Oh, I can't wait to read those. And if you guys are interested in me doing I mean, they're not really a reaction considering I've already been through the quest, so I know what's going to happen, but if you guys still are interested in me doing a reaction to the comics, let me know in the comments below. Alright, so Legends, this patch, we're taking a look at the Recon class. A class built around information gathering should be powerful in a BR where knowing where the enemy is often the difference between life and death. But out of the 3 Legends in the Recon class, Pathfinder, Crypto, and Bloodhound, one dominates in terms of in-game performance. It's the robot. The robot dominates. I mean, to be fair, playing last season, I honestly saw, it seemed like an even amount of Pathfinder and Bloodhound. Crypto the least, because Crypto really relies on team gameplay. I feel like Pathfinder was bigger in the beginning, and then when people started realizing that Pathfinder's grapple was so, the cooldown was so long, a lot of people went to Bloodhound. I saw a lot more Bloodhounds, especially in ranks. In this patch, we're mostly buffing Bloodhound as they needed to help the most. Crypto's changes are a mixed bag, as we also found one bug we had to fix that was giving Crypto a hidden advantage. Oh, you mean the constant EMP going off? Sometimes when you thought you were hitting the drone, you weren't really hitting the drone. Between the buffs, the Bloodhound's ult, and the new utility Crypto gains on his drone, we hope to see a more diverse field of Recon Legends in game. Recon class. All Recon Legends can now use to get the next ring location. Crypto can use his drone to he can use his drone to instantly get this information. Oh, he's gonna be strong. I feel like, is that enough to push him into like meta in the rank? Because I know it's like Wraith, Gibraltar, and Watson that are typical. So I wonder if you could switch out like Gibraltar and have a Watson, Wraith, and Crypto, and then use Crypto to instantly get the, unless they shoot out the drone, instantly get the information for like the second to last circle, so you know what you need to do. Like, that would be so strong to know where the circle's gonna end and not having to go out and stand still like Pathfinder does. Let's see. Pathfinder context. Giving all Recon Legends access to survey beacons makes Pathfinder less unique, and obviously we don't love that. For now, we're giving our friendly robot a small buff to his ultimate cooldown when he uses a survey beacon, but in the future we will take another look at Pathfinder to see what else we could do to make him feel more unique. Passive. Each time Pathfinder scans a survey beacon, the total cooldown of Zipline Gun is reduced. I mean, I never had an instance of a zipline taking too long, like me going, God, I wish I had it. I mean, maybe a couple times, but honestly, that's more like in the middle of gunfights when you've used it. Unfortunately, like it's bad timing and you've used it before a fight happens. Then yeah, but like most of the time I didn't experience it. Number, zipline gun cooldown reduced by 10 seconds each time Pathfinder scans a beacon. Up to 6 rings per game means the total cooldown of zipline gun can go from 120 seconds to 60 seconds. I mean, so they did nothing about his grapple? Not even 5 seconds? I mean, come on, Respawn. Okay, wrong. His cooldown before was too little, and he was able to get away way too easily, but I think a 5-second reduce would not have been too bad. I just can't see it being hard for them to decrease the number and test it out through the season, considering it. I mean, I'm not a coder, but to me that just seems like something you enter in a code where you go reduce cooldown by so many seconds. And they just test it out and go, well, let's see how his numbers do and how much people play him again. and how well he does, kind of thing. But I know people were saying that his pick rate was still high, so I guess it was enough that they don't see a reason to lower the cooldown. Bloodhound fulfills a very clear role in Apex Legends. They are the information gatherer and tracker, but currently their performance leaves a lot to be desired. In this patch, we wanted to double down on their ultimate being their big moment of becoming a godlike tracker. Bloodhound already gives up some information to the enemy when they scan or use the ultimate. It makes a noticeable sound, so we think there's room for a lot more power during the ultimate. Beast of the Hunt now gains even more duration when Bloodhound scores a knockdown or kill with the ultimate about to run out. So is it's about to run out or anytime during the ultimate? I'm gonna assume just when it's about to run out, since that's what they're saying. Eye of the Allfather. During Beast of the Hunt, Eye of the Allfather now comes out twice as fast and has a much shorter cooldown. Ooh. Beast of the Hunt duration extension 5 seconds, so 15 seconds based on remaining duration. Eye of the Allfather CD during Beast of the Hunt 25 seconds to 6. Whew. Eye of the Allfather total use time during Beast of the Hunt 1.8 seconds. Okay. Bloodhound's gonna be kind of scary. Like, Bloodhound was scary in good hands, like in the right player's hands, but now they're gonna be even scarier. Crypto. Crypto is a particularly interesting recon character. The amount of information he can gather for his team with the drone is very high, but the fact that he has to switch over to his drone leaves him vulnerable, often at a great distance from his team. Because he has no abilities without his drone, we figure there's room for even more power when he's in his drone. Surveillance drone. Crypto can now activate, respawn, and survey beacons from his drone. Doing so is instant instead of requiring a prolonged use. Huh. Now activate, respawn, and survey beacons from his drone. So, does that mean you can res a teammate from inside a building? Made the surveillance drone slightly more consistent to hit, but also doubled its hit points. Drone EMP. EMP will now slow teammates caught in the blast even if they had no shields. This means the players who have used Revenant's Death Totem will also be slowed. Okay. I mean, I can kind of see that because I can kind of see that because it's kind of like, I don't know, because they've now made it where Caustic's ult and trap do not affect teammates. They don't slow them down. But I guess Bangalore's ult slows teammates down. So I wonder, I don't know, I felt like Crypto didn't feel too strong in the fact that if his EMP didn't feel strong OP like because teammates didn't get caught in the blast. Like, I don't know. I guess it's more of a reason that you really do need a Wraith on your team, and basically Wraith portals you in to the fight. Like, Wraith will use a portal, pull out, and then you EMP, and then as soon as the EMP goes off, you and your team immediately push through the portal and attack the people. So I guess they're trying to do that. So I don't know. I like it, but I like it that it prevents super aggression by the other teammates of the Crypto, but at the same time I don't. Then when I play Crypto, that means I could accidentally hit my teammates if they're randoms and there's no communication. So surveillance drone 30 HP to 60 HP. Hitbox size cube of edge length 16, cube of edge length 14. So I don't know. I didn't have too much of an issue hitting his drone, but I guess there were times where I'm like, that should have hit. So it'll be nice if it's more consistent that you could hit it. Other legends, Revenant. In context, we're happy to see that dropping the range restriction on Death Totem brought a lot more Revenants into play. But we've been watching a particularly frustrating combo play out in professional level play involving a squad of Revenant, Wraith, and Crypto, where using the 3 ultimates together resulted in 2 back-to-back runs at the enemy team that they could do very little about. We've attacked part of that in the Crypto EMP change, but here's the other part aimed at making this play less overwhelming. Death Totem. For 2 seconds after being recalled by a Death Totem, players cannot use Raised Dimensional Rift. Oh, so people... So what were people doing? Were they using the totem to push in, and then when they pulled back out, a race portal was right there, so they just pushed right back in again? That's a strong play. And then you have a Crypto EMP, like you EMP first, you push in Death Totem, or no, push in with Race Portal after an EMP, and then you have those Death Totem pull you back, and then you go back to Race Portal. Oh my god. Octane Stim. Can now use Stim while healing, but Stim will not remove the slow you incur from healing. Then what's the point of using it? If it doesn't remove the slow you incur from healing, then what's the point of using Stim? Oh. Okay, I don't get that change. Context. While Loba was initially very popular, she's been struggling to keep up more recently, so we're tossing her a little buff. If you're curious why I've chosen a buff for Ultima rather than tactical, we're seeing that she has decent combat success, but that teams with her on them don't win as much as, say, teams with Lifeline or Watson. This suggests to us that her out-of-combat utility, that is to say, how she funnels loot to her team, isn't doing enough. Lowered cooldown from 3 minutes to 90 seconds. That's a pretty big decrease. But yeah, I agree. Like, her bracelet is really good, but her market, like, took a bit, and considering, like, she definitely, I don't think she was really picked for rank. Like, I rarely saw her. Gibraltar defensive bombardment increased cooldown from 3 minutes to 4.5 minutes. Oh, they're nerfing the Jibby. Bangalore rolling thunder decreased cooldown from 4.5 minutes to 3 minutes. So they're buffing Bang. I mean, she's felt balanced, and I know people, like even myself, I've complained about her rolling thunder not being like Gibraltar's, but Gibraltar is really, like, it's funny they call his a defensive bombardment when his is used much more aggressively than Bangalore's. So I feel like I feel like almost they need to, but she feels like really balanced. Like, her ult is really used for making teams back off or for clearing a pathway for your team to push into. Or if you have a team that's like a couple people knocked, you just throw it on them and they get finished and stuff. So I don't know, like, I mean, they could test out where they lower the time it takes for her bombs to go off, possibly. I don't know. Wraith, Dimensional Rift, increased ult CD from cooldown from 150 seconds to 210. So another minute? Yeah. She felt okay. I mean, playing Wraith, I mean, I don't know. She felt fine after her nerfs. Like, she didn't, obviously the Q button was, you could feel it if you got into a fight with the team, they could laser you pretty good if you, like, you had to be very smart with your Q. I don't know if they needed to increase the Rift. Interception Pylon. Trophy system will now shoot down caustic barrels in flight if they would have landed inside the range of the trophy. Oh, so now they're counting caustic barrels as, like, grenades. Okay. Loot. Added extended energy mags. Turbocharger hop up. Updated precision choke. Removed precision choke from loot pool, but it will now be integrated into the triple take and Peacekeeper by default. That's nice. One less little hop up you have to grab. Especially for the triple take. Triple take was great from close to mid without a choke, but my gosh, far away. Good luck hitting anyone. In supply drop, R99. Damage increased from 11 to 12. Increased magazine size to 32. Ammo reserve 160. Okay, wait. 160 actually is not that much for an R99, considering that people used to carry about 300 for it. So, that... I don't... this is gonna be interesting. Out of supply drop into ground load. Devotion. Clip size reduced back to original values. 36, 40, 44, 48. Okay. What I find funny is Devotion. The only thing about it was buffed was the clip size. So that means that just having the turbocharger just made it, like, it's an OP gun. Like, that's all they had to do. That's all they did was just clip size reduced. And that's not nerfing it much at all. So basically just play Rampart, grab a Devotion, get a max extended energy mag, and you're good. Fast reload. Oh my, Devotion's gonna be scary. Fully kitted weapon swaps. Remove DMR, not the DMR. Hemlock, Spitfire, EVA 8, Re 45. Added Devotion, Mastiff, Triple Take, Flatline, and Volt. Oh wait, so they didn't remove the Mastiff. They didn't put the Mastiff back in. So now the Peacekeeper and Mastiff are on the ground? Oh my god. Updated loot. Sniper ammo. Increased pickup from 8 to 12. That was needed. Increased stack size from 16 to 24. That was needed too. Energy ammo. Reduced amount picked up from 30 to 20. I bet this to kind of counter to the devotion. Weapon updates. Hemlock. Reduced vertical recoil and burst mod. Slightly reducing recoil and pattern on second and third shot, so first burst kicks less. Burst mode time between bursts 0.32 to 0.28. I like the Hemlock, so that's interesting they're buffing it. Charge rifle. Now use 2 ammo per shot. Increased mag size from 4 to 8. So is that really a nerf? I mean, aren't they fixing the using 2 ammo by just increasing the mag? I'm not a fan of the charge rifle anyway. It's an annoying gun. It's not OP, it's just annoying. Triple take buff. Increased fire rate 1.25 to 1.4. Increased mag size from 5.678 to 6.789. Build the choke hop up into weapon by default, blah blah blah. PK didn't touch. Spitfire, improve recoil controllability. Havoc. Update Havoc with a new recoil pattern. Designer note: the Havoc's existing recoil pattern had constant horizontal movement. This means it would either be too difficult to control if there was too much recoil, or far too easy to control if there was too little recoil. Updating to a new pattern which is more consistent in style with existing recoil patterns. Okay. Mozambique. Increased clip size from 3 to 4. Hey, we got a buff for the Mozam. I think that's fine. Like the Mozam, honestly, I actually was having fun with it with the I'm blanking on it, the hop up for it. But I had fun with Mozambique. Having like a R99 or a carbine or something with Mozambique, breaking shield, and it's scary. P2020, increased damage from 13 to 15, decreased hammer point damage multiplier from 2.7 to 2.35. This will leave hammer point P2020 damage unchanged in most scenarios. Increased mag size. Okay, so you buff the P2020. Sentinel only requires 1 shield shell to charge the player as the gold armor. Oh, that's an interesting little buff to the gold armor for the Sentinel, huh? Prowler, slightly reduced vertical recoil in burst mode, increased horizontal recoil in auto mode. They buffed the Prowler, one of my favorites. Quality of life. Supply drop weapons are now heirloom tier to avoid confusion with fully kitted guns, which will remain gold. Nice, that's a nice change, so you not look at it and go, oh, it's a care package weapon. Oh, wait, no, it's a drop weapon. World's Edge received performance improvements, especially around the tree, the dome, and the skyhook, looking towards the center of the map. Alterations were made to the ring to prevent late zones from centering on unplayable terrain and reduce the predictability of the zone's pull. Well, as long as it's less of the you being stuck on one side of the map and the other team being stuck on the other, we're fine. Bug fixes. Fix an issue. I'm not too familiar with with bugs. You could have not usually blah 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 blah. Yeah, I don't know. Pathfinder. Hi, friend. Really? Really? Hi, friend. Oh, fix the issue with enemies getting teleported with Revenant when they melee him before he teleports back to Death Totem. Let's see. Okay, I know about that issue with Wraith. So they didn't get rid of the fact that if an enemy or somebody goes through a Wraith portal, and if there's a door in the way and it shuts as they go through, you get smushed and you get killed. That's so they didn't get rid of that. All right, so that's it for these patch notes. A very long video at 40 minutes. Holy Jiminy Christmas! But there was quite a bit to read and go through. So if you made it all the way to the end of this video, then you are fantabulous. And yeah, I am excited to get into season 6. I jump into it now, but I'd rather save that for a stream, which I'll probably do Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, I think I'll do Apex Legends on the new season on that stream. or the nighttime stream. I'll have to decide. But yeah, anyway, love you guys. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night. See you in the next video. Bye.